His name is Ranting for Vengeance. He's a young man who talks about comic books for a living.
Can Black Panther be white in the next comic?
And is actually, I mean, in his words, scared of black people.
When you say I'm scared of black people, newsflash, you illiterate troglodyte. Everybody is.
So I thought it'd be funny to take a look at his content today and see what he's up to. Enjoy. Sensitive Society has called out some kind of internet individual for racism. And the title captivated me because it said, "Black people need to disappear." And I was like, all right, this is too good not to click on. We got to check this out, all right? This might be some serious fire. You never know. Damn, neighbor.
When you say I'm scared of black people, newsflash, you illiterate troglodyte. Everybody is.
Today is a
Everybody is. Every newsflash, you illiterate troglodyte. Everybody is. Is this guy like a German racist? Is he like going back to the old country racist? What's going on here? What exactly is going on here?
huge day for unemployed people like myself. The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm dropping 2 videos, and then the second one that's coming out in a few hours. So there was a video by a smaller channel that got recommended to me. Let me see if I could find it, because I don't want to steal someone's video without crediting them. I'm not that evil, okay? I am a little evil, right? But not too much. So these 2 videos got recommended to me, and don't worry guys, this is not going to be a super long reaction video. I'm actually gonna, make a video for once. I'm not gonna be lazy.
His name is Rinse. R-Y-N-S-E. Where is the original video? Where can I find this guy's original content? Where can I find this? Is this the guy? Is this actually him?
Every comic book character has their defining origins.
Like, where can I find the actual video? You're not lying about the LGBT stuff, youngster. These people will not stop until every comic book character we have ever enjoyed reading has been corrupted. Why is it that, like, on opposing sides of the political spectrum, in terms of extremism, they both look like that? Why is that the case? Like, he looks like Ethan is online, or like Jake Doolittle. He looks like the same guy. This is like the same person.
To X-Men 97, saying how good of a show it is and how accurate to the X-Men it is. The creator is actively posting LGBTQ propaganda, and he's trying to make Wolverine gay.
Yes! Yes, dude! He's trying to make Wolverine gay. Yeah, dude.
There's proof. I'm not making any of it up. He changed Morph to be non-binary, and he wants him to have feelings for Wolverine. Get the hell away from X-Men, Wolverine, and every other character that was well written before people like you came in and ruined it. And don't give me that crap of no one wants to read the comics, little bro. The character was created and worked on in comics for years. You can't just come in and change it. It doesn't matter how much you want to, like Bryan Singer with the generic Fox X-Men movies. Or
dude, he's raging. He can come in and change it. Like, I don't know, it's kind of if they're just making Wolverine gay, like, that is kind of cringe. I agree, especially for the reason they're doing it is probably to placate some gay fantasy they have about getting in the butt by Wolverine. But I don't know if there's some story they want to write, some alternate universe where Wolverine's gay. I don't really care that much. BreadTube Gooters need to buy the merchandise. I agree completely.
So when I saw that title, I was like, ain't no way, this has to be bait, satire. No, it is a genuine video. So this is the channel. I mean, just look at how base that.
You have to watch Smiling Friends. It's amazing. Yeah, I don't watch a ton of animated stuff. I mean, on the topic of comic book stuff, I did, because I've been watching the Batman movies recently. A little bit of a soy moment here, all right? I am a Batman Spurg. I have a confession. Chat, I am a Batman Spurg. All right, I'll confess something, all right, chat? I recently bought something. I have to confess, all right? I got to show my autism off here a little bit. I bought this last night and built it. It was a fun time, all right? I talked about Legos on stream, made the mistake, and then it got on the brain. This is the Lego Batmobile, Batman the Animated Series Batmobile, all right? Here we've got Mr. Freeze. Here we've got Harley Quinn, all right? That's pretty swag. Open this guy up. You got Batman in there, all right? Pretty good. No problem there. Lego build stream when? I might do it at some point, who knows? If I get a particularly big set. I was thinking about the Batman 1989 Batwing that I never bought when it came out. How much would it be sealed now? Well, it looks like I can get it for not that bad, like $265, which I think is only a little bit above what it originally sold for, which I think was $250. I would get that, to be honest. Have they discontinued it? I don't know if they have. It says it's a retired product. Yeah, so they originally sold it for, it says retired, so they're not even listing the price anymore. But it is a cool set. It is a cool set, and to be honest, I think that would be a cool one. That'd be a fun one to build on stream. So maybe I would. Maybe around Christmas I'll do one of those. Tom, if Haley Welsh came out with a cigarette brand called Hawk Tobacco, would you smoke them? Probably. I'm trying to stop smoking cigarettes. If she did Zins, I would get those. I think my dad wanted to buy the Tucker Carlson Zins, which is funny. Decorate your tree? I will. All right. It's still shedding. Leave the tree alone.
Banner is. That's literally me when someone says, oh, I love The Weeknd. And I'm like,
Do you like Transformers, or is it just really just Batman? I mean, Transformers is alright, but it's really Batman.
okay, what song do you like? Is it Out of Time? Is it Love in the Sky? Is it Kissland even? Is it The Party and the After Party? And they're like, oh no, it's Blinding Lights and Save Your
I'm more of a fan of The Weekday, personally.
Tears. I'm like, well, you know, you're not a real fan. So death to all the posters. I'm gonna start saying this one. Enough of me making fun of this guy's banner. And now it's time to make fun of his content. So as you guys could see, this is a channel that's pretty much, you know, everything is woke. Woke shit. Woke trash. Everything is woke. This guy sees a black person walking down the street with his family. That's woke. This is potentially
True, me too.
one of my favorite thumbnails ever.
Wait, what was that thumbnail?
Sees a black person walking down the street with his family. That's woke. This is potentially
Why the woke Green Lantern casting is a disaster? Not black enough. What the hell? Why does he have red eyes? That's awesome. This guy is putting out some fire YouTube content. You don't see that every day. Shout out to Ranting for Vengeance. Shout out to him.
one of my favorite thumbnails ever. This channel is insane. People have ruined the word woke. Woke used to mean something, god damn it, until people started overusing it for everything. Oh, my coffee's a little more black than usual. Has my coffee shop gone woke?
Yes, they definitely have. If you're not putting cream and sugar in your coffee, I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, I think coffee in general is racist because it's anti-white. You know, that racist in that way. Because with coffee, you take coffee, it's black. You know, and no matter how much you mix in it, it's still got that black in it. You know, the one drop rule. You know, obviously, if you're against race mixing, you're not going to want to drink coffee. Do you think TikTok will get banned? I have no idea. I thought Trump said he might reverse it, so I have no idea.
I'm not a big comic book guy, never really been. I prefer the movies because I'm a normie. So I'm not an expert, and you don't have to be an expert to,
White coffee sounds disgusting. Well, you sound like you're an anti-white racist, all right?
you know, get the cringe that you're about to feel in a few seconds. Everything started because you made this video called Absolute Batman, which is a new comic, the worst Batman ever. It's a different take, something completely different to what we know of, just something way different, and this guy wasn't rocking with it. And this might be Sensitive Society, aka Oscar, going whoa.
So DC has decided to reinvent Batman in the brand new series, Absolute Batman. Many people are saying it's amazing, it's a breath of fresh air.
This shit is gas, man. Wrong. This shit is gas. Like, is this what DC meant when they said DC all in?
I'm kind of retarded.
I'm here to tell you if that's the truth. Spoiler alert, it's not at all. It's literally one of the worst takes on Batman ever. Quick disclaimer before I start. This isn't some rage bait video. I'm not lying to get your attention. I'm telling you my opinion, which I believe is the truth.
You know how some people
All right, he's based. He's telling the truth. It's not ironic. He's being upfront about that. I appreciate his honesty. I do appreciate that at the very least. You know, if nothing else, you can say he's honest, right? He's an honest dude. So I do appreciate that.
make videos that are bait, they just pretend to be mad for money or views or relevance or whatever, you should just not say this. Because then you would have an excuse later on to be like, oh,
Do movie reviews, I'd watch them all. Yeah, I mean, if I can, like, fit it into my current schedule, I would. Maybe I would do it. I bet I could get the Batman movie review video done in, like, a week if I really cranked it, but I would just have to take time off streaming, probably. But maybe I would do it. It might be fun. I don't know where I'd put it. I don't know what channel I'd put it on, honestly. I might have to make another channel for movie. Maybe I'll just do it on Tom Dark. I think that would make sense. More experimental there. Absolute Batman is good. Homie's tripping. What is, like, the take on it? Why does he hate it so much? I assume it has something to do with black people. Premise. The series stars 24-year-old blue-collar civil engineer Bruce Wayne, who comes out at night to fight crime as the vigilante Batman. While doing so, he's stalked by a secret agent, Alfred Pennyworth. Oh, that sounds pretty interesting, actually. I do like the Batman design. Looks pretty cool. Oh, that's a cool cover. That is really good art. Whatever artist drew that deserves to have his praises sung. I've never seen a batsuit like that. He's got spikes on his shoulders. He's got a giant bat symbol. That looks pretty cool. I think that looks sick. I will say, I think the Batman underwear design has got to go. I don't think they have to do that. Just give him gray pants. Why does he need the underwear? I think that's one thing that was done away with that might be a good thing, actually. Thick ass thighs, just like me.
I was just trolling, guys. It was just a social experiment. It was a prank. Look at the camera. It's right there. But with this, there's no walking this back or coming back from this. Whatever he says, he's dead ass.
I know it's a different take on the character, but what this does ruins the character entirely. So this comic strives to reinvent the world of Batman in every way possible. What if a bodybuilder engineer dude became Batman? Yeah, that's not badass. I'm sorry. I don't find that badass. I don't find that different, unique, entertaining.
I mean, as someone who's not into comics at all, I don't know, man. It sounds kind of cool.
There's people all across the internet saying that this comic is badass. It's awesome. This comic literally reads like those edgy 90s comics that every single person makes fun of. It's like a 12-year-old's fan fiction of Batman. This comic has everything. It has horrible, edgy dialogue.
I hate this.
The thing about this is, like, you know, if you want to talk about the Batman lore, you know, Bruce Wayne being a, you know, rich trust fund kid, I mean, obviously it's, you know, it's cool. It's an integral part of the character to a lot of people, but, you know, when you're doing comics, the whole point is there's, like, alternate takes on it, right? Like, you can explore different variations of that story. You know, I always thought the idea of, I never read it, but I always thought the idea of Gotham by Gaslight was cool, right? Where Batman is existing in Victorian England, and he's hunting down Jack the Ripper. I think they were going to make a game about that got canceled, that I watched some video essay about like 4 or 5 years ago, but I always thought it was cool. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, the Batman story's been told so many times in so many different ways with, you know, consistently one common thread being his origin. It's cool to mix up his origin and make it different. I think it's pretty sick. I think it's fine. You know, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. Like with comic book interpretations, I understand if you hate one particular interpretation, but getting so, you know, specifically mad about it. Oh, someone tweeted their Legos at me. What the hell? Based. But yeah, you know, if you want to hate that particular interpretation, that's totally fine. But, you know, it's just one interpretation. You can still enjoy the previous stuff, you know? I don't like Batman Forever. I probably won't like Batman and Robin when I see it all the way through. But, you know, I'm not like malding about it forever. It's not like honestly, those movies are pretty bad. They are kind of an affront to God, but like, I don't think you should be so mad about it forever, especially when they've made good Batman movies since then, you know? You don't have to watch that particular interpretation. You can criticize it, but the idea that this is like, you're so mad about it, you're like raging about it online, you're like screaming at your camera, it's kind of silly, even outside of the other stuff the guy said.
Town. This guy's being like, you know, this shit's so edgy. Bro, have you seen your channel? You know, you gotta have a little bit of self-awareness.
It has some pretty gay character design.
How is
It has some pretty gay character design. They busted in right when I was starting to win over the crowd. Once again, like, it's just, you know, I don't want to attack people's looks too much. I'm trying to be off that, you know, I'm trying to be a little nicer, but like, is this guy like secretly really jacked and we just don't know or something? You know what I mean? Is this guy like secretly a super Omega Chad? Like, it's got some pretty gay character design. Like, well, look inward. Look inward, okay? Why do his teeth look like Tetris blocks? Yeah, I mean, just, you know, European problems.
this gay? Like, I don't get it, because he has nice hair, a nice bone structure. Like, what's the point of this? Oh, yeah, he's gay because he looks good. Really interesting video
He's holding a flower, which is gay.
So far. They got these gay-ass designs.
And if you can believe it, they managed to race swap another redhead from comic books. They managed to jump in there and turn them black. So after reading...
He's so mad. He's so pissed off.
The way he said it.
They managed.
Jump in there and turn them black.
They managed to turn them black. Don't totally disagree with this take. I think there's definitely something going on in Hollywood where, you know, all the gingers are turning black. Okay, for a second, it felt like I was talking like Alex Jones. They're making the frogs gay, okay? The frogs are gay. I mean, but this is the thing that's been, you know, real, and it's been going on for the last few years. You know, the first one that comes to mind is Ariel from My Little Mermaid or something like that. When in the movie, the Disney version, they made her black when she's a redhead in the comics. Another one that comes to mind is Velma. You know, originally ginger, red hair, they switch her to black Indian. And that's just 2 examples. I'm forgetting a lot. He's not totally wrong about that going on in Hollywood, but I don't know, man. This, along with the first clip we put at the start.
When you say I'm scared of black people, newsflash, you illiterate troglodyte. Everybody is. They managed to jump in there.
Everybody is? I kind of want to watch this original video. I want to watch his OG video about this, Ranting for Vengeance. Unhinged Batman fans are completely unhinged. They are mad. Absolute Batman, the worst Batman ever. All right, we'll check this one out first.
So DC has decided to...
I want to see what his rant is about. Like, I don't know what black people specifically have to do with Batman.
She should have looked the way she always has. I'm getting sick of this. Can we just start changing black characters to white? Can Black Panther be white in the next comic, please? It doesn't work that way because black people need to be represented. Wait, they've always been represented and you're just shoving them into stories for no reason now. You're swapping people out to make them black because...
I mean, there definitely is a lot of that happening, but the thing about Black Panther is, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I haven't read a lot of Black Panther, but considering the name and my understanding of it, I think him being black is like integral to his character. So it wouldn't make sense to make him white, right? But I don't think, like, with a character like, let's say, Mary Jane from Spider-Man, like, you know, am I going to lie and say that, you know, I love Zendaya's performance, that I find her more attractive than, who the fuck was the other one, whatever her name is? No, I'm not, but, you know, like, her being, like it doesn't really matter, first of all. Like, you know, just because I don't find her as attractive doesn't really matter. And it has nothing to do with her being black as well. Like, her character is not... The integral part of her character is not that she's black. Like, her identity is not wrapped up in being black. Kirsten Dunst was shit. She was so hot, though, dude. I'm sorry. She was a baddie. Redheads, not universally, but pale white girl with red hair, okay, there is something to it. I will say there's something to it. But, like, you know, if their entire thing, like, it is not wrapped up in their racial identity, like, why does it matter if you change their race? I think it depends. You can race swap characters, and most of the time it feels in very bad faith. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if that's the criticism, you're totally right. Like, I don't know if bad faith is the word, but, like, yes, a lot of companies are doing it, you know, quote unquote DEI. They're doing it because they think that it'll make them look better, right? It'll make them look better to the public. They'll be like, oh my God, we're going to look so progressive. Yes, I agree. But whatever. Well, not whatever. That if that's your criticism, that's fine. But the real problem to me is like that. It's not, oh my God, black character, you know?
So Absolute Batman issue 2 is out, and my expectations were low, but I didn't think it would
He's so mad. I want to see this part.
breakdowns.
Like, it's so weird how, like, people who just hate certain things, you just slap the label woke into it.
I'm retarded? Thanks, bro. It's always cool to see some support from the disabled community. When you say I'm scared of black people, newsflash, you illiterate troglodyte. Everybody is.
I just don't, I can't get over it. I can't get over this.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the away.
You can't stop looting
Oh, that's the Dilbert guy.
and burning countries to the ground. Next time you're driving to work and you're enjoying your Marxist Batman comic, try not to get robbed or shot by your fellow brothers. To create an argument, you actually have to make some valid points. You can't just dance around throwing your arms up in the air, making weird noises like you did. It makes you look like a Neanderthal who hasn't picked up a comic except Watchmen in his entire life. Stay in your own lane and go back to anime. You low IQ
I thought he was going to say go back to Africa for a second.
mental retard. Anyways, I'm a bit late to the party on this.
How did you say anyways after that? How do you just say anyways after? Yes! Dude, YouTube is back, all right? Throwing your arms up. Throwing your arms up. It's rare you actually see someone that's like this racist. It's rare you see someone that's like this hateful, that actually hates black people to this degree, that like they're pissed off at their very existence. Calls them Neanderthals. Why do people care when it comes to fictional characters? Obviously, it would be different if they did an Abraham Lincoln movie where they make Abraham Lincoln black, but who cares if it's a fictional character? I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of people are just very attached to like their one interpretation of the character. I think that's it. Like, the thing is, like, you know, people say like, why are you mad about this? It's so soy to even be mad about it. It's okay to like, you know, want to criticize a fictional property if it does something bad. But I feel like overall, it's just not that big of a deal. You know, like, I understand criticizing like the cringe shit that these companies do to an extent. I do get that. But like this guy's criticism is not even that. He might kind of, you know, coax it in that and cope about it. But his real anger is just that there is black people. Like his anger is literally just that black people are in media.
There and turn them black.
And just the way he said it, like...
Gay character designs. And if you can believe it, they managed to race swap another redhead from comic books. They managed to jump in there and turn them black.
I refuse to believe there's people out here that exist who act like this.
Who, in their right mind, greenlit Alfred's look. What is the haircut? What is the beard? Why is he an MI6 mercenary with like
Well, it's an alternate take. That's the point. Well, why is he different? That's the point. The point is that it's a different universe, right? Like, this is like getting mad. Like once again, this is like getting mad that in Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne is Batman instead. It's like, it's an alternate universe take. That's the whole point. It's like taking a pre-existing character and reinterpreting it to have a new meaning. We've already done the same Batman story 100,000 different times. I like that Batman story. I think it's probably better and more entertaining than this, but like, there's nothing wrong with having a different interpretation of that story. It makes it interesting. It's a fictional character. This guy's stupid if he thinks the origin change for Batman is crap. The Absolute Universe is created by Darkseid to favor himself. I mean, the thing is, I don't know about the whole lore, but I just think it's dumb to like shun, you know, alternate interpretations in general. Like, that's what makes it interesting.
grenade launchers and sniper rifles. This is straight up cringe.
For the billionth time, I don't know anything about comics, and all I know is Alfred being like 120 years old. But once again, this is another take. If you don't like it, go back to the classics, dude. Yeah, man, this is a different take on a character that's been around for 100 years. It's just for a different crowd, and you clearly don't belong there, and that's fine. You have all the other shit. And I thought that was as bad as it was gonna get, but brother just keeps talking, and the more he talks, the worse it gets.
What do you think when I say Bruce Wayne? You think the suave, charming rich guy, which in Batman Year One was originally based off of Gregory Peck. But now in this comic, they're going for something a little different. Let's just take a little glance at what they thought Bruce Wayne was. So this is the page where Bruce Wayne is first introduced. We see him hitting a bag. He looks exactly like Bruce Wayne has for the last like 100 years, saying some badass Batman stuff. No fear, no pain. And then out of nowhere, this big hulking transgender comes up behind him and is like, hey bro, I think it's my turn now. And just starts blowing the punching bag across the room with his big fat arms.
What?
Is he transgender? Am I missing something? This looks like a really jacked dude. What do you mean transgender? What do you mean? His face has soy jack potential. Bro's chudding out. He's going full chud. It's very powerful when you go full chud. Bro's stupid though. Spawn is a badass comic series. Only bad take I've seen from him. The fans like this when they don't look like G1? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Absolute Batman Bruce Wayne. I'm gonna look up what he looks like out of the costume. Does this look like a transgender person to you? This looks like more masculine than the typical Batman you see. He looks huge. He's like 6'5", jacked to the gill. I mean, this just looks like a giant dude. How is this trans? I don't really care about, I mean, like, if they want to do a different interpretation where the character is female, like, whatever. I just don't care. Like, is this what a woman looks like to him? I mean, I guess if, you know, this is what a guy looks like, I guess that makes sense, but...
What does that have to do with being transgender? Just because he looks a bit more feminine, but it's the hair? Like, what are we doing here? Like, yeah, I mean, this is clearly exaggerated, and that's not the Bruce Wayne Batman we all know. You know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's a whole different take. In my opinion, he doesn't look like a transgender.
Now, the character design going on here, he has the haircut of some fat, emo transgender kid, and that is Bruce Wayne. I'm not joking. That is Batman. Then we actually...
Look at what this guy looks like. This guy looks like way more of a woman than that Batman. Okay? That Batman is mogging him. Absolute Batman is destroying him. It's brutal. Like, I don't understand what the f is going on.
Start getting into the backstory of Bruce Wayne. His parents weren't killed coming down that alleyway and they got mugged. No, instead, he's at a zoo with his dad or something, and his dad gets shot. And the idea for Batman comes from the fact that he's in a zoo and he goes into some bat-like exhibit. I really don't know what's going on here. I don't know what was being smoked in the writer's room. But
I have no idea what was smoked.
Dude, what was being smoked in the writer's room? It's a story about a guy that dresses like a bat. It's a story about a guy whose parents die, and he is the one guy whose parents die who says, now I'm going to dress like a bat and beat up retards. It's a comic book about a guy that dresses like a bat, and you're asking what were they smoking when they changed the story a little bit? I feel like the major appeal of the comics is to use the original source material but add a creative twist or medium to it. I mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is about the original Batman is it was inspired by, like, you know, pulp comics of, you know, detective stories or whatever, and they added a twist to that of a guy that dresses like a bat. We've had that story for literally 100 years now of, like, that version of Batman. Is it not okay to have some different interpretation? Irish Christian. He looks like someone from Triggered Feminist Comp. He actually does, which is very weird that this guy is, like, talking about masculinity.
When you were filming this video, this guy is giving me Redditor vibes. Hardcore Redditor. Like, this guy moderates the Batman subreddit and all the DC related subreddits. And if there's even one change to Batman, this guy won't have it. He's gonna wiggle his finger and be like, technically, it's not like this, guys.
I was shocked reading it. He's walking around like an emo kid, brooding. I don't know what's going on with Batman these last few years.
Isn't that the whole point? Batman is kind of emo inherently, no? He dresses like a bat. You could basically put the Deftones soundtrack behind it. Was this guy mad at the new Robert Pattinson movie? Like, is he mad? I thought that movie was great. I honestly thought that movie was probably the best Batman movie so far. Or it's up there with, like, The Dark Knight. It was great. It felt, honestly, like the Gotham City from that movie felt like the best Gotham City we've gotten. I thought it was excellent. Does he think emo equals trans because he seems to use them interchangeably? I don't really know.
But people need to learn that his hair doesn't come down over his eyes. He doesn't listen to Nirvana. And he's not gay.
I don't know.
People need to learn that. Like, it's not up to you. You don't decide what Batman is. It's not up to you. It's literally not your decision. Like, what do you mean? It's a fictional character.
What's wrong with this guy? This is the kind of kid that I would be kind of scared to sit next to in class. I would be afraid of two things. Either A, he's gonna bite me for no reason and then bark, or B, he's going to sniff loot and then eat it, and I'm gonna be sitting next to him. This guy just gives me weird energy, weird vibes.
That's when we get the glimpse of the best part of the entire story. Barbara Gordon. She peeks her head in just one panel, I'm pretty sure. And she's black. She is black. They did it again. Another redhead character just changed.
She's black. She is black. They did it again. Was he mad at Commissioner Gordon being black in the latest Batman? Is he mad about, like, Harvey Dent being black and then being white in some of the comics? Leave him alone. He's grease maxing. I don't know what maxing he's doing, but he's chud maxing, I guess. Which I hate that that's like a derogatory term because I think it's so funny. But I mean, he looks like the Chud Wojak, right?
Changed to black.
Hollywood is definitely overdoing it, and I don't know why it's going on. Well, they're replacing them as black, but it's definitely a trend. The more I go outside and I interact with people, it's like, sure, it's kind of annoying, but it's like, who cares? Like, it's not worth making an 8-minute video about it crashing out. At least that's how I feel nowadays. This guy is the CEO of Being Based.
But the thing is, his problem isn't even with, like, the cringeness of, you know, companies pushing this shit for, like, diversity quotas. Like, he's crashing out because they are black in general. He's crashing out about the existence of a black character.
And no one can tell me otherwise. I want this guy for president in 2058. Now, like I said, I don't really read comics, so I don't really give a f about the changes and shit. Bro, you're not doing yourself any favors here. But yeah, that's essentially it. I don't want to, you know.
This guy's like This guy's like a content mine. This guy's awesome. The Penguin and fake comic book fans. The end of Alan Moore. Oh, he hates him because he's a commie or something. This is crazy.
So after looking around in the comics community and after making a few controversial videos on this channel, I've come across a harsh reality. There are still real comic book fans out there, as seen with the support I've received from these people who have actually read comic books. But then on the other side, there's a horde of people who aren't real comic book fans, yet act like the exact opposite. This video
He's like a gatekeeping comic book fan. You guys aren't real fans. Elric's awesome, bro, but this isn't a parody. Is someone else running this channel? The chud light can be so beautiful if you forgive it. Mau Wow. Dude, you guys know Mau Wow? He makes some of the best tweets on Twitter ever. All right, this guy is a god. This guy is a tweeting god. Some of his tweets are just straight. Like you don't get this anywhere else. You don't. There's this one that really got me going the other day. Yeah, this one is awesome. This video is awesome. I haven't seen a video this good on Twitter in quite a while.
What he said.
What up, brother? Did you see that Kendrick just dropped? This new Kendrick is fire, bro. You gotta listen to it.
This is what was playing on the radio in This is what was playing on the radio in Kazakhstan, 1988.
This is one of the greatest tweeters of all time. He made this one tweet that was like Andrew Tate. It was Tristan Tate, and then I wonder if I can find it. It was like one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this one. This video is so awesome.
Hey Dad, today the school teacher said that I might be non-binary.
Yeah! Dude, Bottom G is dope. I love that guy. Please watch Dracula Flow, Thomas. I lost all my money on $Hawk. This is all I have left. I've already watched Dracula Flow many times. Everybody in chat's already seen it too. I know it. I know it to be true.